All right, so funny thing happened in the Republican-controlled South Carolina House of Representatives this week. Now, as we exclusively reported last week, these Republicans passed a bill honoring a far-left Democratic voter outreach, voter registration organization, a group that in fact has called Republicans basically white supremacists trying to suppress the black vote. Again, pretty hostile rhetoric there. A group that supported Joe Biden in his campaign for the presidency, a group that supported Jamie Harrison in his bid for the U.S. Senate in South Carolina, basically a Democratic voter advocacy. Now, why would a bunch of Republicans endorse such a group? That was a question I asked in my coverage. And again, those of you who know me, know my news outlet, you know I'm not really a partisan guy, right? But I do believe that the GOP embracing a far left, woke voter registration group was a little bit odd. Well, an interesting thing happened this week. In the aftermath of our report, there was an entry in the Journal to the South Carolina House of Representatives in which 65 members of the chamber, I counted each and every one of them, 65 members of the chamber basically repudiated their support for this bill, for this group. They went on the record and they said, oh, my previous support of this group, I take it back. I didn't know. We didn't know. Here's the problem. My math isn't that good because I was educated in a South Carolina government-run school, right? So I don't count too good, okay? But the last time I checked, 65 is more than half of 124. Check my math. Yes. That's a majority of the chamber. A majority of the South Carolina House of Representatives literally went on the record saying, we take back what we just voted on. How does that work, people? This is supposed to be democracy. You don't get mulligans. You don't get do-overs. You get a vote. You don't get to take it back. You don't get to go on the record saying you support something. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't know. I take it back. So the force of law now no longer applies because we all just get to say, oh, my bad. No, people. No, people. And I want you to look at this picture here. This is a picture. And if you're a Republican primary voter, I want you to pay particular attention to this picture. These are the leaders of the Republican House of Representatives. That's Speaker Jay Lucas. That's Speaker Pro Temp Tommy Pope. And that's the Clerk of the House, Charles Reed. I want you to look at these three jokers. Look at them. They are laughing at you. If you're a Republican primary voter in South Carolina, they are laughing at you. These are the same people that have been ramming big government down your throat for years. Crony capitalism, high taxes, massive growth in government. In fact, over $1 billion a year for the last decade, they have grown government. Look at them. They are laughing at you. And if you're a fiscal conservative, if you're somebody who believes in libertarian ideals and less government, lower taxes, more personal freedom, all things that the Republican Party is supposed to stand for, those jokers are laughing at you. Folks, say enough's enough. If you've got an incumbent on your ballot in the upcoming partisan primary election, I want you to remember that picture. I want you to take a look at these jokers. I want you to think long and hard before you support one of them for re-election.